Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
Hey, I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, the 15th of August. A refreshing breeze here in the middle of August. Yeah, buddy. Now, let's go to some of the Skycam shots around the network this afternoon. And by golly, it kind of feels like football. Thought we'd start with the Skycam overlooking the stadium there at Troy University down in South Alabama in Pike County. Yeah, soon those footballs will be flying across that field as we're getting ever so close to the cooler days of fall, and you can really feel it today. How about a water theme? Let's go up to Decatur up in the Tennessee Valley. Some high clouds have moved in there, kind of a partly sunny afternoon. Underneath those clouds, the air very dry. That's the Tennessee River, of course. And how about a look at the Tombigbee River, as seen from the Skycam in Demopolis in Marengo County. There you go, northerly flow aloft, northwest flow aloft around the backside of that nice trough over the east, providing some very refreshing weather for the eastern third of the nation today. And again, the moisture there in the water vapor satellite imagery, that's mid and high level moisture. Ooh, yes. Come on now, this is mid-August. We can have triple-digit heat this time of the year, and those are 1 o'clock observations, only 79 at Cullman. Wow. Gadsden, 81, Birmingham, 83. Warmest spot on the board, Montgomery, and they're at 87. And around the nation, you can see that cool air over the east. In fact, look up in New England. I see some 50s up there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And again, the hottest place, you guessed it, Texas. And, of course, the desert's always hot. That's just the nature of the beast out there. But it looks like the hot spot in Texas is 98 down around Austin. Watch warning map, few flooding issues up in the northeast underneath that trough. And obviously, severe weather, not a problem with dry air. That's the convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight. Slight risk way up north. And tomorrow, pretty much the same deal. QPF chart, not very much. This is just suggesting nothing from Birmingham south and just a trace from Birmingham north. This is valid through Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. And again, look, you might see a blip on radar Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but I don't think it'll be much to it. The tropics, Gert is the one tropical storm on the board, and obviously that's no issue. Got a wave in the, it's coming through the Windward and the Leeward Islands this afternoon. Look at the wave coming off the coast of Africa. I mean, things ought to be heating up down here. This is getting into the core of the season. There's the track on Gert. The tropical storm packing sustained winds of 60 miles per hour east of Bermuda, moving northeast, no threat to the United States. There's your wave coming through the Leeward Islands there. Convection has increased a little bit today, and the BAM set has picked up on that. Not hardly any models, really, but the BAM. And the middle, shallow, and deep runs are fairly persistent, bringing it across the Caribbean over toward Jamaica in about 72 hours. And, intensity models are very consistent, and they ramp it up to a hurricane in about 72 hours. In fact, a couple of the models ramp it up to a Category 2 in 4 to 5 days, so that bears watching. Keep in mind there is a whole lot of latent heat energy in the Caribbean and the Gulf. Of course, again, the everything we've seen so far has been those recurving systems, and I really think it's going to be the year for those, but obviously the door is open for something to undercut those, so we'll watch that carefully in coming days. Check the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. Northerly flow aloft. The trough persists over the east coast, and again, looks good. Now, tomorrow morning, I would imagine we'll have a lot of folks in the 50s. We had a lot this morning, but I think tomorrow morning might be a degree or two cooler than what we saw this morning. So I'd say lows will vary from 55 to 65, maybe some low 50s up around Valley Head, and highs in the upper 80s. Beautiful day. Wednesday, we'll inch up toward the low 90s. Dew points begin to come up a little bit. There's Thursday. There's a weak surface front north of us, and that should fizzle out before reaching us, but this run is suggesting there might be a shower, to the north and west, and you might want to consider a small chance, and we might do that later, but again, for now, I think the chance is small. And on Friday, the GFS is certainly showing a better moisture return here. We're not going to be really aggressive, but we'll probably mention some risk of a shower Friday afternoon with that, but widespread rain not expected. For the weekend, Again, the primary westerlies are up north. Again, this is the chart at 500 millibars. And down below that, again, maybe enough moisture for a shower in spots, but no big deal. And Sunday, same thing. It really, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll probably throw in isolated showers, but again, I don't see any mechanism for anything more than that. And a week from today, that's a pretty good-looking cold front north of us coming down through the Ohio River, and that looks like a band of organized convection, so we'll keep an eye on that. All right, let's look 5 more days out there. This is August 28th, and winds aloft are light and variable, and ooh, look what's in the Gulf. Ooh, the first GFS Gulf storm of the season. And a couple of days later, boom, here she comes up toward Morgan City as a big old nasty hurricane. But let's all say it together, this is voodoo. There is, longtime readers here and watchers know that the GFS is pretty famous for bogus tropical systems that never, ever come to pass, but occasionally it can tell you something. You know, if you watch the morning video, it had the thing recurving off the Atlantic, and it probably will go right back to that this evening. So if you live on the central Gulf Coast, don't be alarmed. Just be aware that that's there, and we'll watch for any consistency in future runs. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you're local to us around here, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.
Being Alabama's news leader means digging deeper to get you the facts, working harder so you have all sides of the story, and not being afraid to tell the truth. Every day you award us by making ABC 3340 Alabama's most watched news. And now the Associated Press has named us Alabama's most outstanding news operation. That's 9 times since 1996, more than all other stations combined. And that's 9 more reasons you should trust the news leader. ABC 3340.